When you sit down to write, like, what goes through your head right before you about to write a song? Do you listen to the beat first? Do you, like, what's going through your head?
Alright, well, what's going through my head? Well, let's say I just made the beat. Cause you know my process is a little different. I don't just come in the studio and a nigga play me in the beat and I go, you know, and I go, oh, that's it. I make the beat. So the process is usually like I'm making the beat. While I'm making the beat, I know. I'm like, oh, this is the one. Like this is for me. Usually, play with a hook maybe. Play with a flow, but then the overall question in my head is like, what do I want to say? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I want to say on this track? What kind of message do I want to give out? Sometimes it works like that, or sometimes it works like I got a song called School Days. You'll hear it on my mixtape. It's a classic. It's a Vietnam classic. For all y'all in the Ville, man, I know all y'all loving that joint right now. But the way that song worked was, I just started writing. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know what the fuck I was writing about. I wrote the first line. We came a long way from stick and move, niggas skipping school just to scrap over bullshit. And right when I wrote that line, I didn't know it was gonna go into a whole song about high school, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's where it went, like that's where the pen took it. It developed over that first verse. And it just made sense, like okay, that's where I'm going. And that's when that's when you know a nigga's listening to his soul, you know what I'm saying? He ain't thinking too hard. The best music is made when you don't think hard. You know, you just let it be. Almost like you didn't even write it, like damn. So, on a good night, what's going through my mind? Nothing. It's just flowing. On a bad night, when I gotta force it, but it still come out nice, I'm thinking about, you know, what do I want to say on this track? What message do I want to deliver? Shit like that, man. You know?
Now, how do you feel about the hip-hop game right now?
Hip-hop game right now?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna be the only nigga to say this. I think it's beautiful, man. I think it's right where it need to be. Only because everything goes through, you know, highs and lows, ups and downs. You know, without the downs, well, you wouldn't appreciate the ups. So some niggas would say it's in a down right now. I might agree, but that's perfect because that allows for a nigga like me to shine even more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For when they actually hear me to be like, oh shit, oh, that's what it's supposed to sound like. You know, for when they hear a nigga like Bobby Creek out of Atlanta, never met the nigga, but the nigga nasty, they be like, oh, that's what it's supposed to sound like. You know what I'm saying? It's just a real good time for real artists to shine right now. So that's how I feel about the game right now, man. Like, I'm not too mad at it. You know what I'm saying?
So, you mentioned Pac earlier as, you know,
yeah.
one of your influences.
Yeah.
You have any more influences?
Any more influences? Yeah, man. I got a lot of fucking influences, man. And you know what I'm saying? I'm starting out in the game, and a lot of rappers probably wouldn't say this because right now, it's not a cool thing to do to give other niggas props unless they dead. You know what I'm saying? Cause as a rapper in this game or whatever, it'll come back to bite you in the ass or whatever. With me, son, I love giving props. Like the niggas that motivate me, Pac, of course, Nas, of course, Jay, of course. But there's niggas that's doing it right now that I look at like, oh, like you make me want to get on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Lupe make me want to get on my shit. Like, make me want to see if I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Which I can, but you know, make me want to just see. You testing my skill. Wayne, same shit. Bobby Creek out of Atlanta, same shit. Andre 3000. Are you hearing this shit this nigga doing? Andre got a solo album coming, man. I can't wait for that shit. I got particular verses where when the album come out, I'ma let niggas know like, yo, this is an ode to Andre. This is an ode to Nas. I got a whole song, y'all gonna hear it. Mark my words, called Night Rider. Nigga, that's an ode to Nas. You know? Like I took what he did, something that he did, you'll see it. And I just took it to the next level. But it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for him first. You know? So I love giving respect and appreciation. I appreciate these niggas for doing what they do, man. Cause they influence me.
Top 5 MCs. Dead in the line.
You gonna hit me with that?
Yeah.
Alright, so I ain't scared of it. Number one, I gotta go with Pac. Just cause, you know what I'm saying, he's the greatest. He's Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Jordan wasn't the best shooter in the league. He wasn't the best dribbler in the league. He wasn't the best rebounder, the best passer. He wasn't the best nothing. But he was the best. No, Pac wasn't. Biggie had better lyrics, such and such. He wasn't the best this, but he was the best. Some about him. Combined everything together perfectly. That combination, that equation was the best. So Pac number one. Number two, man. Oh, you hit me on this one, man. I'ma say fuck. I'ma go with I'ma say Nas, man. I'ma say Nas number 2. Number 3, I'ma go Jay. Number 4, I know niggas is mad at me for leaving Big out there, but my logic is that Big didn't have time. He didn't have time to show. You know what I'm saying? And I know New York niggas going crazy, but I love Big. Niggas was fucking amazing. But so was Big L too. You know, not to compare the niggas, but they both didn't have time. You know, these niggas in my eyes proved themselves over a long period of time. So Pac, Nas, Jay, Andre from Outkast. Definitely. If Andre from Outkast is not in your top 5, man, go back. You know what I'm saying? Go, man. You wasn't listening or something. Andre from Outkast, and number 5. It's tough, man. I want to throw Eminem in there, but no disrespect, that's my man. He had a big influence on my style. I might throw Big in that 5 slot, man. I feel like I be selling out what I really believe. You know, you feel me? I'll say Big at 5, and then for the logic, for all the people that get mad that I threw Big behind Jay, because you know Jay kind of took Big's style and ran with it. Jay just had a longer time to prove himself, man. Big was fucking amazing, man. There ain't no question about it. But you know, on a personal level, on my personal taste, you know, those are the niggas that I care for.